Welcome back to 2 Feet In with Kim
and Dim.
She's back.
Hi.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I'm so excited. Kicking off season 4 of the podcast. You were our first guest. You came back on season 2, skipped season 3. And but you were requested. That was the stipulation.
I was voted back on.
You were voted back on the island. This is not Survivor, but I do love that show.
It's good sometimes.
So I'm really excited. We have a brand new year, a whole bunch of things we're going to get to talk about today on the podcast. But let's kick it off with what's bringing you joy right now? What are you enjoying in life these days?
Sunshine.
I knew that you were going to say that.
Warm weather in the winter time. It's winter now, right?
Yeah.
It's like official.
It's January.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm loving, I went to the pool over Christmas and I love sunshine. I love heat. And so that feels like a gift from God straight to me. Like I prayed that we'd be wearing shorts over Christmas.
And we did.
So if you prayed for snow,
sorry,
you're not praying as good as me.
Clearly she's kidding. Clearly she's kidding. But also sometimes I wonder. Whenever Em prays about the weather, like it, works out in her favor most of the time.
Yeah.
Don't jinx it. We have a Hawaii trip coming up and I want sunshine and not rain. So
yep.
Get on that. Okay. So to kick off the episode, I thought it would be fun to do a little bit of a 2025 favorite things like rapid fire.
Oh, rapid.
Not like river rapids, like quick question and answer.
Okay.
Don't have too much time to think about it.
Okay. Let's raft through it.
What was your favorite song of 2025?
Goodness of God.
What was your favorite TV show?
Oh, wait. Can I tell a story about that?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So much for rapid fire.
Sorry. Kim and I and a couple of friends went to Red Rocks concert venue in Colorado in October. And it was funny because I emailed like Chris Tomlin's team. Like I just looked up an email on his website or something. And I emailed them and said, I love Chris Tomlin's song so much. And also I really like this song by Jen Johnson, The Goodness of God. And I would love to hear Chrissy. I didn't say Chrissy. I said Chris. Play that song at Red Rocks. And then he did.
I know. And we were like looking at you.
I like didn't even notice because I just love that song. So I was just like in
singing,
it. And there
we were like, hello.
And I was like, oh my gosh, he played it. And it was like the only song that he didn't play of his, like he didn't play it at other concerts. Like somebody got my email and they did it. And that's funny.
And if you saw Chris Tomlin somewhere else and he played that song, I don't want to hear about it. Don't burst the bubble.
I kind of want to hear about it though. But my parents went.
Oh, that's
Tyler,
true.
But they wouldn't really know the difference. Anyway, so that's my favorite song. It was last year too, but still going strong.
Yeah. Good story. Okay. Back to the rapid fire. These are supposed to be quick.
Sorry.
Okay. Favorite book.
Oh. If anybody gets that reference, I'm proud of you. Brynwood.
Shout out to Bryn.
Favorite book is, I think for this last year, it'd be a toss-up between Struck Down But Not Destroyed or Confessions of a Christian Alcoholic. Those were 2 of my favorite reads. I don't really read light.
No.
So.
They were your 2 favorite listens.
Yeah. Audiobook.
I would love to know, most people out there, do you rather read a book or listen to a book?
Most of my clients listen.
I read or I don't retain. But
I listen or I get bored. Because I need to be doing a puzzle or something in order to focus.
Yeah. Okay. Going back to the rapid fire, favorite TV show?
Kardashians.
Favorite movie?
Of this last year that I saw.
Yes.
In theaters, probably F1. I think that was the best.
Good movie. What's your favorite treat last year?
Peanut butter cup shake from Brahms because Austin area just doesn't have Brahms. In case you didn't know, it's the worst.
Favorite gift you've received?
A classical guitar.
Nice. Favorite new thing you tried?
Planting a church.
Okay, I want to hear more about that, but not during rapid fire. Favorite moment or story from the holidays?
Favorite moment was just going to the pool.
Oh, yeah. Like on Christmas Day,
Yeah,
the
like
day after.
in a tank top.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, but now that we've done your very slow, detailed rapid fire question, can I share my favorite moment from the holidays?
Sure.
If you didn't know, Emily and I are roommates, and we host a girls' like Christmas party every year where we have food and play games and do a book exchange, like a white elephant type thing. And you like bring a faith-based book if you have one, if you read one. And, you know, put it in the middle, you draw, or like you pick one, and then it can be stolen twice before it's locked in. Well, I got this really great book and somebody stole it from me. Mm-hmm. It was this really great book. I was really excited about it. And it's kind of like almost like a Q&A with John Piper and like his wisdom over podcasts over years. It's like 750 things. Okay, anyway, sorry. So
ADD.
Somebody steals the book from me. So then it's my turn to go steal, but I can't steal that book back. So instead, I look to Emily on my right and I say, if I take your book, will you go get that for me? Because, you know, it's a shared house. That means I would get to keep it. And she and I went back and forth for a couple minutes in front of everybody, right? Like, she's like, no, I'm not going to do that. That's mean, blah, blah, blah. And I just looked at her and I just grabbed her book. And I was like, okay, now go get the other one. And you were torn.
Well, it's because nobody else was a household at the party. So it's like not fair.
So anyways, eventually she goes and takes the book. And so now we have it.
Now we have it.
But our friend that we took the book from, well, that you took the book from, was a great sport about it.
Yes.
And so my question to y'all is, do you think that was genius strategy or do you think it was downright mean?
It was mean.
I think it was great strategy.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways.
Strategy is usually mean.
Hey, not always. Okay. So that's the fun recap of Christmas, sunshine and book stealing.
Yep.
But there's a lot more in 2025 other than just the holidays that we experienced and learned. And so
yeah,
let's do like 25 takeaways from 2025.
Okay, let's go.
We wrote these down. The first thing I learned in 2025 is it's possible to experience grief and joy at the same time.
And DFW food is better than Austin food.
Those are fighting words for a lot of people.
Like Brahms.
Yeah. Church planting is both hard and fun. It definitely pulls me out of my comfort zone.
Baby therapy is real.
Okay. What does that mean?
Should I expand?
Yeah. Like babies getting therapy, chiropractic care.
Yeah, to all the above. But also for me specifically, I love babies. It's like ridiculous. It actually like drives people crazy how much I love them. But if I've had like a long week of work or something and then I go hold a friend's baby, I'm just like, all is well in the world.
Shout out to our deck man 2 doors down.
Yeah. So many babies, so many beautiful babies to hold.
Yeah. You've got a lot in your life. Okay, number 5. This was a hard lesson for me. Don't wait until the night before you teach to finish your message.
Yeah.
Or the morning of.
You're such a procrastinator. I had to like really think about that word as it came out of my mouth.
I am. I don't try to be. Sometimes I just feel like something's missing and I just realize I relied a little more on me than the Lord.
And if you follow Kim on Instagram, you might see her finishing papers the night before at 11:59.
Yes. But they always get turned in right on time.
True.
Okay.
Okay, next.
Beyond my procrastination, what's next?
If you pray for intentional encounters with others, you will get them.
That's true. Very true. Be ready to share your testimony at any given moment. Like I would have a 1 minute, 3 minute, and 5 minute testimony prepared and ready to go. Also learn that the hard way.
Yeah. Oopsies.
Whoops.
Hotels are more fun with friends.
That is so true.
Yes.
I agree. Okay. Different gifts don't equal more or less value. Gifts aren't meant to be compared,
Yep.
but used for the kingdom.
I like that.
Another hard lesson for me.
Rest isn't optional. It's crucial. It's
Like
also-
sleep rest or like
also a
Sabbath
command.
rest or
like Sabbath rest. And if you need to know more about that, you can revisit 2 Feet In with Kim season 2.
I think. I don't know. We did a whole episode with Amanda Fear on Sabbath and it was great. Really enjoyed that. And I learned a lot from that. Rest is crucial. Love it. God doesn't often reveal the whole map, but he'll faithfully direct your next step. Another lesson that was hard for me to learn.
Yeah.
Our takeaways seem very different. What are like hard lessons learned in the last year?
Maybe I misunderstood the assignment.
That's okay.
Learning to rely on the Holy Spirit changes everything.
Okay. That's a good one. What does that mean? What does that look like for you?
I think a lot of like the work that I do requires, well, I'm just basically showing up as the vessel. And so I need the Holy Spirit to work and move and heal. And so it's like deepened my reliance on the Holy Spirit, which has just trickled out into day-to-day life.
That's good. Number 13. There's a direct correlation between my anxiety and the hours I spend scrolling through social media.
Yikes. That's
You too,
proven.
though? Yeah. We got a brick. I don't know if y'all know what a brick is, but it's like this little square thing that we stick on the fridge. And you tap it and it just shuts down whatever apps you want to shut down. It's not like you can just type in a password or look at your phone a certain way and it opens it back up. Like you have to go back to tap it to unbrick your phone. And it keeps me off social media for days.
Yeah, it's nice. Number 14, being a peacemaker is not the same as being a peacekeeper.
Which one are we supposed to be?
A peacemaker. That's what's commanded.
If you're curious what that difference is, peacekeeping is more like avoiding conflict in order to like keep the peace between people. But peacemaking is what's commanded in Matthew, where it's like reconciliation, amends, like there's a whole book called The Peacemaker. Highly recommend reading it. And there's one called Peacemaking for Families or Peacemaker for Families too.
It's a hard lesson to learn when you're more of a passive person. Like yours truly, me.
I will say I had some really hard conversations in 2025 out of obedience to being a peacemaker. And those hard conversations pretty much always led to a better relationship.
They don't always, but
No. And
it's
you're
nice when they do.
And they're usually a little uncomfortable in the moment and can be hard, which is why we often shy away from them. But peacemaking over peacekeeping, or I've heard some people say peacemaking instead of peace faking.
Yep.
Number 15, confession is a pathway to healing.
Good. Number 16, if things don't work out, there's likely a reason. You just can't see it. Sometimes in life, you can only see. I always think of a puzzle. This is my second time to mention a puzzle. I'm just really old like that.
We see in the gray hair.
Yes, it's coming in. But I think of a puzzle and it's like in life, sometimes we can only see like one piece and it's like brown or something. It's like, what? This is ugly. This doesn't fit. What is happening? And it's like, oh, God sees like the whole puzzle and it's like, beautiful beach or something, but we just see the brown puzzle piece.
That's good. I like that. So insightful. Number 17. We're almost there, guys. Delayed obedience is still disobedience.
Yep.
What does that make you think of?
Jonah. Love him.
Me. Okay.
Buc-ee's is a great place to buy gift bags.
It comes with the tissue paper.
With Buc-ee's all over it.
With
I just
the beaver all
learned this
over
like
it.
a couple days ago, but it was worth throwing in.
Yes.
Coming up with 25 things is not easy for me.
Okay, number 19. Having consistent morning and evening routines is essential to mental health.
Yep.
What else would you add to that that's essential to mental health?
All of us forget to think about the basics. And so I always encourage people to start there. And so your basics are like nutrition, exercise, sleep, hydration, and sunshine. And so those 5 things are pretty crucial for mental health. And so that's a great place to start if you don't have consistency there.
Is it like 15 minutes of a walk outside or 20?
21.
21 minutes of walking in the sunshine can drastically change your mood.
Yeah. I mean, I encourage clients, even just if they're not people that usually go outside, like just stand in the sun for 10 minutes.
Love it. Okay. Next. Oh, this is a good one. This comes with a story for sure.
Well, number 20, hula pie is better with a bowl of hot fudge. Hula pie. Have you described this on the podcast before? I feel like you have. Let's not go into too much depth. It's a pie that's made out of ice cream, specifically in Hawaii.
It's a macadamia nut ice cream pie with like an Oreo crust and a fudge topping, and then it has a tiny bit of hot fudge poured over it.
Yes.
And it's eaten with a spork.
It's eaten with a spork, and we asked for, well, actually it's in California too, because this was in California. A group of us were there for a conference, and we asked for extra hot fudge, and they brought out a bowl. It was lovely.
An entire bowl of hot fudge for a piece of pie. Okay.
Yes.
Number 21, give your day to God. And I remember this was like an epiphany for me with like the how to give your day to God. And I told you about it, and you were just kind of like, yeah, I've known that for years. And so,
But I didn't say it like that. I
You
just
were
didn't
nice.
respond much.
yeah, you were just kind of looking at me like, okay. So for you, where did you learn that, and what does that look like?
I don't entirely know where I learned it, but I feel like it was like living in sober living and like going to AA and stuff. Like that's very part of the program, is like you're giving your day to God in the morning, but also like throughout the day. But specifically like we do like morning meditation where you give God your day in the morning.
There's this Beth Moore devotional, and it uses the acronym PRAISE, PRAISE, and the A is acknowledgement, and it's like acknowledging God. And for the first time, it like clicked in my head just like a couple weeks ago, to pray through my day and like give each piece of it to God. Like for years, I've given God my day, or prayed that, He
Like,
is Lord
you're
over my
talking
life.
like
But I'm specific.
specifics.
Like I now pull out my calendar for the day, and it's like, I'm praying for guidance on the thing that I have happening at 9 a.m. And I'm praying for the conversation at 10:30. And I'm praying for the exercise that I need to do by noon, and the meal choices, like actually praying specifically over every single aspect of my day, and then asking God to lead me in it. And it really makes a difference. And I know this is getting kind of long-winded for this, but I think it was profound to me too, even just in the last couple weeks of starting to, as I have done that, I've recognized God's hand in things more. where I'll pray about something in the morning that's supposed to happen at 2:00. This happened a few days ago. And then something shifted with that plan. And it was like, oh, so that wasn't meant to happen. Normally, I'd probably get frustrated or mad or have all kinds of feelings about what got canceled. But it was like, hey, like, I think that this was just God's way of saying that this isn't the right time, or protecting somebody, or just giving me the rest that I need. Like, I trusted the Lord with my day instead of my own plan. And so it was like, no big deal when the plan changed, which is a big deal for me.
Yeah.
So next.
Mine are not very in depth, are they?
No.
Well, my next one is Gen Z really does hate skinny jeans. But I've had, like, I'm kind of one of the oldest ones at work, which is really sad. I'm not, but I am. A lot of my coworkers are younger than me, and they have literally commented that I dress like a millennial. And it's like on a day where I'm like,
feeling cute.
I don't know about cute, but like hip, you know, like, oh yeah, like I put this together. And then it's like, wow, you dress like a millennial.
And it's like not a compliment.
But it's okay because I tell them they all dress like grandmas anyways.
I mean, literally.
It's wild.
It's so funny. Okay. This is going to be another good story. Sorry, but we're almost there. It's number 23. Sheep are not that cute. They're actually quite ugly.
But that's impactful because of the Bible.
Yeah.
Because it's like, we're the sheep. Jesus is the shepherd. Mm-hmm. And
he is the good shepherd.
Knowing that they're like not appealing. Like they're not cute. They're not smart.
Right.
That's us. And we're still chosen. He chases after us. He takes care of us.
Mm-hmm. Brings Psalm 23 to a whole new light too. But the reason I know that sheep aren't cute, which I've realized that most people knew but me, is we went to a rodeo this year. And it was my first rodeo ever, and I was so excited. I put my cowgirl boots on, and we got to go watch mutton busting. I think that's how you say that, where like little kids ride the back of sheeps. And
yeah, it was really cute.
I thought the kids were cute, but the sheep
were so ugly
and dirty and matted. And I don't know. I thought I guess I had this little, like this image of these little fluffy white,
I thought they were all
sheep,
like that.
And they're not. And it was just really funny to see. And I would go tell people about it, and they're like, yeah, what? And I'd tell them about our like rodeo experience. They're like, oh, you went and saw mutton busting. I'm like, how does everybody know this but me?
And we went with our friend who's like a cow rancher. I don't know if that's what it's called. He's going to be like, what? But it was fun because he just like went along with it the whole time, because we're like, wow.
I know, it was like every different rodeo event was like, oh, that's so cool. But also, so what is the point, and how does this work, and how are they scored?
And he he was like the kid that rode the sheep.
Yeah. He was telling us all kinds of stories, like in between things. And I'm just sitting there like, I've never been to a rodeo, but now I'm obsessed with rodeos and I want to go to a lot. And I think I'm over here trying to plan like the next 5. And you're just kind of like, can we just do one?
Yeah, one's good.
Okay. Anyway, sheep aren't that cute. What you got? Number 24. It's your last one. Make it count.
Sanctification and healing are truly a process.
Okay, that's good. That's a good one. Not an overnight success.
Mm-hmm.
1 degree of glory at a time.
Yep.
25. Your calling is often out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Christine Kane talks about that a lot.
Oh, yeah. It's like comfort zone is here. Calling is out here.
Mm-hmm. Also, did you know that your calling never changes, but your role might?
Ooh, what does that mean?
Like your calling is pretty much always the same, but like your role might be pastor for a season, and then it's like manager of Nike. That was really different, but your calling is still the same.
I like that. Your calling never changes, but your role might.
So if like you're suddenly laid off from a church or some type of ministry thing, that can be really disappointing, but your role is just changing.
That's a really good insight. Okay. So 25 things that we learned in 2025.
We did it.
We did it. Okay. So now we've asked our friends on Instagram and Facebook to submit questions so that we could answer them.
And we didn't get to all of them, but we picked a few.
And we picked some of our favorites or things that we think that you might want answered. Okay, first question. How do you feel about New Year resolutions?
Are you asking me?
I'm not asking myself.
I think they're great. I love goal setting. I think it's a great time for reflection, repentance, just like a reset, especially after the holidays. I feel like it's such a hot topic every year of or people are always trying to change things when there's nothing new under the sun. So like I've seen a lot of things on Instagram this year, like new year, new me. Why does it have to be a new me? And they like go into this new thing. It's like, it's not that serious. Like, you can like them or you don't have to.
Okay.
But that's my opinion.
Hot take.
Hot take.
I've read statistics. I don't know exactly what they are, but like 80 or 90% of New Year's resolutions fall apart in like the first 30 days.
Sure.
But I think a lot of that depends on the resolutions you're making. If it's like, I'm going to go to the gym every single day, or, you know, I'm going to lose 10 pounds by February 1st, or I'm going to read 52 books this year. It's like, I think a lot of our resolutions are so dependent on what I am going to will myself to do instead of what am I going to like create new habits that are in my life or new routines, or how am I going to rely on God more? Or like, how can I honor him with these goals and, you know, resolutions? That's how I think about it. And I think people can call it whatever they want. Goal, rhythm, routine, resolution, habit.
Right.
But I think it should be God oriented instead of like so self-willed.
Yeah. And if somebody doesn't like New Year's resolutions, then that's great. Like,
no biggie.
Yeah.
You don't have to. What are your New Year is it New Year or New Year's?
I don't know. I like to add the S.
Okay. So what are your New Year resolutions? Because it's 1 year. It's 2026.
Well, I think that a better sleep routine is something that I want to do better this year. I used to be really good at it. It's just really helpful for my energy levels and mental health. And so that's a big one. I also have all the typical health things that probably everybody has. And then also actively choosing to engage with the fruit of spirit of self-control. And that kind of goes into the health stuff, because that's often something I'm like, I don't have to do that. And it's borderline disobedience. So what about you? Do you have any?
So at first I didn't, but after thinking about it, I made 3. The first is to learn how to make sourdough bread. I bought all the millennial
things. Should you do it with your skinny jeans on?
Yes. I bought the stuff a year ago for Christmas and I've been waiting for somebody to teach me.
Yeah.
And I've had like 4 people offer, but it just never happens. And so I'm just going to figure it out one way or the other. So the first one is to learn how to make sourdough bread that's like actually, you know, good and edible. The second one is to use the garage gym consistently, not, you know, once Christmas Eve that leaves me sore for a week.
Yeah.
And then to read the whole Bible in a year, ideally chronologically, but not a requirement, you know. I'm a few days behind.
You're going to do great. We'll do a check-in next year.
Yeah, that's a good accountability. I think accountability is good for any type of goal or New Year resolution.
So the next question, if you could travel anywhere, where would you go? And the person that asked it specifically said you can't choose Hawaii.
What? They must know us.
Yeah.
Okay, we know who it is, and she knows us well.
I don't remember who asked it, but
it was Carrie.
Oh.
Shout out to Carrie.
Hi.
Okay, so if I could go anywhere but not Hawaii, I've always wanted to go to New Zealand for like an extended time period.
Oh,
Where would you go?
I don't know. I'm pretty like content with my travels.
To Hawaii.
My dad asked me that over Christmas. I'm like, I don't know. I don't care. I mean, I live in Texas, so I live in the best place anyways.
Next question. What is your favorite book of the Bible and why?
Jonah, which we already referenced.
Yes.
Love him.
Love him. But like delayed obedience is still disobedience. Come on, Jonah. Get it together.
He's such a complainer too, which I can resonate with. And he just argues with God.
Yeah, he does. And does the opposite.
But then it's like God uses him despite him.
Right.
Which is so cool.
We see that a lot in scripture is
Right.
like God is going to fulfill his promise whether we say yes or not.
Yeah.
So get on board, buddy.
Another question we got was, what commentaries do you use?
Ooh.
And I'm going to let you answer this one because I've been using the same one for so long.
Which one do you use?
It's like enduringword.com or something.
That's great. I have a few go-tos. One is Sonic Light. It's online. It's very detailed. It's very long. It's in depth, but it's like a very thorough commentary over every single book of the Bible, and you can just pull it up on your phone. And I just really, that's like my favorite one. Another one is the Bible Knowledge Commentary, which I use on my computer through Logos, but it's also like in book form. And then I know a lot of people who use Blue Letter Bible.
Cool.
Sonic Light's my favorite, but you know, the others are good too. What's a verse or book you've gone back to over and over and learned something new each time?
I feel like that fits for most scripture, but like when I read that question, the first things that popped in my head was Genesis and Romans 8, and probably Romans 8 because this last year I read it a lot and I felt like I kept getting new things out of it.
I love it. I think for me, it's really all of the Gospels.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's really cool to like see what Jesus did and how he treated people and how he led and how he discipled, and we can learn a lot from him. And it's like, if you want to learn how to be like Jesus, go read Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
Which ties great into the next question, which is how do you find motivation to spend time with God?
I really need him to give it to me. Honestly, some days I really get too busy and I don't want to make time, but I've found that often God will wake me up early before my alarm clock goes off. And if I'm obedient, I will get out of bed and go read my Bible. Sometimes I just go back to sleep or I pick up my phone and scroll, which is, I feel like when I brick my phone at night, I'm much more consistent at reading my Bible in the morning. But I also have learned to enjoy God's word. And so it's like, if I'm reading something that I'm really interested in, like it's easier to want to pick back up where I left off the day before.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why this year I'm like, I want to read the Bible chronologically in a year so that I have a plan that I'm like keeping up with and actually using a study Bible instead of just like my regular Bible. And it gives me some of the, you know, historical context, which I can totally kind of like nerd out over. And that gets me a little more excited too. So
Cool.
A little long-winded. What's new?
Well, that's just so intense because it's like for me, I just want coffee when I wake up, and coffee and Bible go together. And so it's like,
easy.
It's not easy. It's just like, I need coffee. And if I'm going to drink coffee, I have to read the Bible. It's like they just go together.
Maybe it's just hard for me because I don't drink coffee.
I know. I was just sitting there thinking like, gosh, there's an easy solution to this. Like coffee. Need coffee and you'll need God.
That is backwards, honey.
That is
Okay.
not a mic drop moment.
That is not a retweet. Our
Untweet.
friends are probably rolling their eyes at us right now.
Always.
Okay, this is a really good one. What can help someone go from on the fence to 2 feet in with Jesus?
Do you want to take this one?
What helped you go from on the fence to 2 feet in with Jesus?
God himself, like softening my heart and people's prayers, I think. And then like he just used a lot of people and their patience and pursuit of me.
Mm-hmm. It makes me think of 1 Corinthians 3:6, where it says, I planted the seed, Apollos watered it, but God has been making it grow.
Right. There's not like a formula.
Right. I think that, tell me if I'm wrong, but what gets people from 1 foot in the world and 1 foot in with God to like all in is like an encounter with Jesus, whether that's an encounter over a season or in a moment. Like for me, it was in a moment. Like I encountered God in a new way. Like I had been a Christian most of my life, but then in my mid-20s, early 20s, it was like dark pit, depression, rock bottom. God met me there. I chose to surrender and go all in, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so what's funny?
You're going to have to cut it out. But every time when you said encounter Jesus, I just pictured like encounter on a banner, and it's like this women's retreat and everybody gets a journal. It's like such an American church word, and it's like turns into a whole event.
I literally have okay. I planned for my 2025 fall women teaching women class a retreat named Encounter.
Oh.
And the sessions were about encountering Jesus.
I'm sorry. You know me and church.
I was like, what's funny?
I love church. Some of the words and stuff are so funny to me. And so when you started
like
saying
flourish and encounter and rhythms and stuff.
Yeah, I
I
finally got on board with rhythms, but that took me a couple of years.
Yeah.
I would like roll my eyes. That's just how I am. I'm just like, that's funny. Such a Christian word. And then we like take it and run. It's
We
great.
do.
Encounter Jesus. I love it. Sorry, I laughed.
Okay. Anyways, so how to help somebody go 2 feet in with Jesus is
Encounter Jesus.
encountering. I mean, really though, it's
You
like
can-
having a moment with God.
Yeah.
That is
You
personal,
need God.
and it's not about it. Like you can listen to all the right podcasts and read all the right books and hear all the right sermons. But if you aren't having this moment with God that I would call an encounter, then none of the other stuff is going to work. To go 2 feet in is to meet Jesus in a new way and be willing to surrender your life to him. And I think that 2 feet in and surrender go hand in hand. You know, I feel like this question can kind of go two ways. There's the what can help me go 2 feet in with Jesus? And I would say surrender. Like if you're wondering, I feel 1 foot in and 1 foot out, how do I go all in with God? You surrender your life to him. You hold everything with hands open, like I'm going to give it to God. If you're wondering, how do I help somebody else go 2 feet in with Jesus? It's a different answer. That is kind of more that 1 Corinthians 3:6, where it's like, you love people where they are. You point them to truth. You pray for them. You care for them. You be the physical hands and feet of Jesus, but you trust and rely on God to help them get to the point where they're ready to surrender.
Yeah, that's good. This question's good. I actually get asked versions of this a lot. How do you find friendships in your 30s? That's such a real question.
That is a really real question.
I mean, even in your like 20s.
Yeah. I think when I was in my 20s, I met most of my friends through big young adult ministries and community. Like
So
it was
church.
pretty much all church.
Yeah.
Now in my 30s, well, really 20s too. I'd say there's 3 places I met most of my close friends: church, work, and and like home, neighborhood, community.
And in your 20s, you met people at CrossFit.
I did. Church, though, is where like my deepest friendships grow. And a lot of that comes out of like community and like finding community and investing in community.
Yeah.
Just showing up every 2 weeks isn't going to build a friendship.
Yeah. You have to really invest.
Yeah. And it's like that intentional time spent together outside of just where you met. And so there's this study done. I'll have to find it and put the details in the show notes. But there's a study done that talked about the amount of hours it takes to like grow friendship from like just the acquaintance stage. And it talks about you having to spend hours of like intentional time together outside of where you met. So like if you met at work, it's spending time outside of work. If you met at church, it's spending time outside of church, outside of just the, community circle. And so they surveyed over 350 people. The average age was 32, and like half of them were women. And the results said that it took about 30 hours to move from an acquaintance to a casual friend, about 50 hours to move from a casual friend to just a friend. To transition to a good friend, you had to spend 140 hours together. And then for best friends, they spent 300 or more hours together.
Wow.
And then the other I thought it was really interesting is when you meet somebody, from the time that you meet them, the longer it takes you to spend that time with them, the less likely the friendship will get deep. So it's like your fast friends that go deep really quick, like over the course of like, a few months. Mm-hmm. You can be best friends with somebody that you've known for 3 months and like closer than somebody you've known for 6 years. And so I would say if you're looking for new friends in your 30s, find people that you like and spend time with them. Get a
Great
coffee,
advice.
go on a walk, invite them over. Like
Invest in them.
Deepest relationships are grown in the living room, at the table, and on a walk.
Yeah.
This one's definitely just for you. How has your past experience and counseling shaped your approach to counseling others?
My past counseling experiences, I think, are what shapes it a lot because I had a lot of really good counselors, one in particular. And so I feel like a lot of what I do is kind of a mirror of how she counseled me. And so I would say that plays a big role. And then also my past experiences, like I know what it's like to be the hurting one, the one on the other side of the table. So yeah, I mean, I think it gives me a different side of empathy.
I've always said that you're very discerning. Like I feel like God gave you a gift of discernment. And I'm sure that carries into the counseling room as well, and encouragement for others. You're so naturally gifted as a counselor. Like I'm sure it's like a blend of experience and just the Lord blessed you with the ability to, like you said, empathize with others and genuinely care for people. Mm-hmm. It's not just a job.
Yeah.
Last question. When do you think the Cowboys are going to win a Super Bowl? I don't know why we threw this in here, but might as well end on a high note, low note.
I think that they're going to win a Super Bowl. I don't know when, but they're going to.
I don't know when they're going to win, but they're going to win.
Yeah.
I'm more of a Rangers fan, like Texas Rangers, baseball.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
What's
Take the mic.
Coming up for 2 Feet In with Kim over the year of 2026? What can we expect?
Okay, so I'm excited because, as you know, the last couple months, I've really spent a lot of time like figuring out the direction for 2 Feet In.
Right.
Specifically the podcast. Mm-hmm. And came up with a mission and vision, values, and like some core pillars. And so all that can be found online. I'll drop the link to the details in the show notes. But the highlight is like the vision of 2 Feet In with Kim, the podcast, is to see people across every generation living boldly 2 feet in with Christ.
Bam.
And I want to do that through really 4 things. Like my hope is that men and women will, through these episodes, that they will encounter Jesus.
Oh yeah.
Enjoy the life that God has for them. Be equipped with biblical truth. Sometimes that's just like how to navigate daily life. And sometimes that's going to be hard topics, controversial topics that like not everybody really wants to touch on a Sunday. But I want to go there and equip people well, and then also help others engage with the people around them. Maybe that's doing life together in community. Maybe that's sharing their story. Maybe that's entering into recovery. So really, my hope is that people will learn to love Jesus more and love people more and like be equipped with truth and enjoy the life that God's given them.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear all the things.
Yeah.
So I mentioned the church plant, like the launch team that I'm a part of.
Yeah.
And it's called The Way. And their mission is to see the hope of Jesus in every high-rise dorm room and alleyway of Austin. And this group of people are the kind of people that are actually doing that. Like they're making that mission come to life. And so I'd love for us to just link that in the show notes so that people can like read more about it or donate if they feel led. Austin, just like everywhere else, is a hurting place. And so The Way is doing a good job of making sure the gospel is heard.
Yeah. Awesome. And the pastor, Mitchell Johnson, he's awesome. And his wife is awesome. And our other staff members are awesome. Like this is a really solid team.
Yeah.
And some really great college students that are just like totally on fire for the Lord, wanting to see the gospel spread throughout the city. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, we'll for sure link the website in the show notes. And if there's anybody out there listening to this that lives in Austin and wants to be a part of the church plant, there's ways to get involved on the website too, I think.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for being willing to hop on the podcast with me and kick off a new year and celebrate what God has done in 2025, both the like fun and the serious.
Thanks for having me. Toodaloos.